This is Matador News.
Good afternoon and welcome to Matador News. I am Maria Cartaya.
And I'm Ulysis Vargas. Dozens of families have filed a lawsuit against a Jewish cemetery in Mission Hills. Eden Memorial Park has been sued for allegedly damaging existing graves and discarding human remains in order to make room for new burial plots. The allegations include interference with dead bodies and with the right to dispose of remains. The suit also says the cemetery's own employees have testified that every grave is currently at risk of being disturbed.
The Los Angeles City School Board is meeting later today to discuss a proposal to lay off more than 600 teachers and staff. The proposal comes from LA Schools Superintendent Ramon Cortines. The district faces a $160 million deficit.
President Obama will speak at Georgia Tech University later today about his proposal to make repayment of student loans easier. Earlier today, the president signed the Student Bill of Rights.
As part of that overall process, we're going to be talking today about a Student Bill of Rights. This is part of it. It's an executive action that we're able to take to streamline and improve the manner in which the federal government interacts with students when it comes to student loans.
Recent data shows that more than 70% of people who graduate with a bachelor's degree leave with debt. The average debt for recent graduates is about $28,000. The White House says that Obama will direct his educational department to create a system to better oversee and address complaints from borrowers about lenders. The Obama administration will also conduct a study to see whether it needs to change laws or regulations to create stronger consumer protections.
Cal State Northridge has announced plans to tighten its admission criteria beginning in fall 2016. The plan is to reduce 300 students per year in the next 4 years. High school graduates and transfer students will have to meet higher admission standards. Even though Cal State campuses have admitted more students than funded, it is causing problems when it comes to graduation time. Enrolling fewer students will allow better access to classes, counseling, and other resources. The plan must still be approved by the Cal State Board of Trustees.
Six crimes reports were filed in the past 24 hours with the CSUN Police Department. The offenses include theft of personal property, hit and run, petty theft, attempted burglary, and vandalism. The vandalism incident involved a man breaking a student's walking cane.
U.S. Marshals have found a 1-year-old boy at the border of Tijuana after he was abducted in San Pedro yesterday. An Amber Alert went off for Jaden Santiago after he was taken by his father, Giovanni Santiago. Giovanni was taken into custody on suspicion of child abduction and attempted murder. The child's mother reported the abduction after a violent argument in which her boyfriend was allegedly stabbed by Giovanni. According to the LAPD, the parents share legal custody of Jaden.
2 students at the University of Oklahoma have been expelled for their roles in racist chants captured on video. The video shows members of the university's Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity chanting racial slurs on a bus. The national chapter of the fraternity has canceled all affiliations with the campus. Students involved in the fraternity were told to pack up their belongings and leave last night. Hundreds of people protested against the fraternity. The school's football team also protested in a march of solidarity. The University of Oklahoma has a student enrollment of 27,000. 5% are black.
An FBI agent will testify later today about accused Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Zarnev and his obsession with violent jihadi views that were exposed on his secret. Meanwhile, a video shown in a court yesterday captures the moment when the bombs exploded in Boston. The first part of the video shows the reaction of the crowd when the first bomb goes off about a block away. Zarnev hustled away in the chaos, pushing people out of the way as he fled the scene moments before the second explosion. Zarnev has pleaded not guilty to 30 counts against him during this ongoing trial.
Authorities in Italy have arrested two American women for carving their initials into a wall inside Rome's Colosseum. The women were seen carrying out the act by fellow tourists who told security. The two letters were about 8 inches in length and scratched on the brick wall at the historic amphitheater. The women could be fined for the damage.
And here is Ayo with the latest entertainment news.
The ABC Family Network has made history by showing a kiss between two 13-year-old boys. They are the youngest same-sex actors ever to share a kiss on television. 14-year-old Hayden Byerly and 15-year-old Gavin McIntosh played two 13-year-old boys on the show The Fosters. Many viewers reacted positive, while others called it a sin and cultural suicide. The co-creator of The Simpsons, Sam Simon, has died. He was 59. Simon won 9 Emmys and was a philanthropist. He was diagnosed with colon cancer 3 years ago. A large portion of his fortune will be donated to charity, mostly through his Sam Simon Foundation. Former rapper Suge Knight has a new attorney. Knight is charged with murder and attempted murder for allegedly running over 2 men in Compton. The rapper's new attorney says the charges are a setup and Knight was acting in self-defense. His attorney says the alleged victims lured Knight to a parking lot and attacked him. That's it for entertainment. Back to you, Maria.
Thank you. 3,000 skeletons are being excavated from the Bedlam burial ground in London. The site was in the way of a transit line. The skeletons of the deceased were victims of the English Civil War, the Great Plague of 1665, and the Great Fire of London. The skeletons will be cleaned and looked at closely by experts to learn more about their diseases, ages, and sexes. France is mourning after 3 of its sports personalities were killed along with their film crew and 2 pilots when 2 helicopters collided in Argentina. Both helicopters were involved in the filming of the TV show Survived Dropped. The helicopters collided in mid-air just after takeoff. A total of 10 people were killed. There were no survivors. Authorities say a suspected DUI crash in Van Nuys has left 2 people critically injured. The 4-vehicle crash happened about midnight at the intersection of Victory and Van Nuys Boulevards. The LAPD says a total of 5 people were injured and were transported to hospitals. Plans for an NFL stadium in downtown Los Angeles have been terminated. The developer did not give a reason for abandoning his plan. The plan did not have a specific football team tied to the development. There are 2 proposed stadium projects that have NFL owners on board. The proposed stadium in Inglewood is backed by the St. Louis Rams, and the proposed project in Carson is backed by the Oakland Raiders and the San Diego Chargers. And now here's Janette Mata with the latest in sports.
Thank you. Oklahoma senior linebacker Eric Stryker has become the face of the university's football team. Amid all of the controversy surrounding the school's Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity's use of racial slurs, Stryker recorded a response himself. In the short video uploaded to the social media app Snapchat, Stryker responds in anger and frustration, accusing the fraternity of being racist. Stryker has since apologized for the profanity in his video, but not for his thoughts. In an interview with CNN, Stryker represented his football team by saying they do not tolerate racism or bigotry. The CSUN women's water polo team clinched its first win in the Big West tournament by defeating Hawaii 7-6 on a buzzer-beating shot. Northridge came out hot, scoring 2 straight goals in the first quarter. After that, the Rainbow came back to tie the game at 2 apiece. The match would not be decided until a last-minute shot from CSUN's freshman Madeline Sanchez. The Lady Matadors will continue play at UC San Diego this Thursday. Cal State Northridge guard Ashley Guay has earned first-team All-Big West honors, and CSUN senior Janette Sharp was named the Big West Defense Player of the Year. After finishing the season with a 21-9 record, Northridge earned the 2nd seed in the upcoming Big West tournament. The Lady Matadors will open their postseason play later this week with an opponent still to be determined. The CSUN men's basketball team begins postseason play this week against top-seeded UC Davis. The Matadors earned the 8th seed of the Big West tournament after finishing with a 9-23 record. Northridge will need to win 3 games to earn a spot in the NCCA tournament. CSUN's first game will be played Thursday afternoon at the Honda Center in Anaheim. The CSUN women's tennis team has extended its winning streak to 8 games after defeating Youngstown State 7-0. The Lady Matadors won 5 of the single matches in straight sets. With the win, CSUN is off to its best start since 2011, when the team won 11 straight games. Northridge will try to stay on the winning column when they match up against UTEMP later today. The shorthanded Clippers defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves last night at Staples Center 89-76. The Clippers were missing Blake Griffin to a staph infection in his right elbow and Jamel Crawford to strained right calf. Coach Doc Rivers admits his concerns. The concern was intensified after Chris Paul injured his knee this past Sunday against the Golden State Warriors. J.J. Redick led the Clippers with 26 points. And that is for the latest in sports. Back to you, Ulysis.
Thank you. The Apple Watch has finally made its debut. The new touchscreen device syncs into the iPhone and has the ability to make mobile payments, connect to health and fitness apps, and receive updates on sports scores and social media. Apple CEO Tim Cook says the Apple Watch is the most personal device it has ever created. The Apple Watch is available in 3 versions. Pricing begins at $349.
Firefighters in Oceanside had to make an unexpected rescue shortly before noon this past Sunday. A dog named Spike got stuck in between 2 shipping containers at a local school. The dog somehow became wedged while playing with children. The Oceanside Fire Department used the jaws of life to help free Spike. The Oceanside Battalion Chief says this was a welcome break from what they normally deal with. Thank you for watching. I am Maria Cartaya.
I'm Ulysis.
I'm Io.
And I am Janette. Have a wonderful day.